NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Giants and the Lions on Thursday night primetime.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the New York Giants. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from Ford Field. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Goff on first down. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4 quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Archer, he's going to go up top for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions 16. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 85 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Here's Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back. You can move forward from there.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Now Archer looking to throw on 2nd down. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Gone. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that? Who
are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Throws this one right side to Pascal. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the red zone now, Goff. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, here's Goff. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
For the field goal, a 29-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3rd drive's the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Archer. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Archer on first down. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A handoff to Barkley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and does a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Let's go. We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, there's Tony bringing it in. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On first down, Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. They give it to Williams, running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Brings up 3rd down and 11. A shotgun snap for Goff. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Here's Archer throwing on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first down, Barkley, 97 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second down, here's Barkley again, and he gets it down to the 32.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Finding room to the 20, and he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Gain of 17 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line.
Here's a give to Barkley, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Finds his tight end, Ingram. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts as they get set to host the Philadelphia Eagles. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And then on Sunday night, the national audience in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Bucks. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Lions, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Let's go. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Rolling to his right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the mass of bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Archer now to throw on 3rd down. That'll be caught. It's Toney. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now Saquon Barkley, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Flushed out right, and he fires one that's intercepted. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. After the interception, here's Goff. That's into the hands of Pascal. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
2nd and a yard.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now it's Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're...
Touchdown, Giants! Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play action. It's gone. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it works.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and long. It's gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Lions offense will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Goff. Under pressure, they got him again. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. New York's offense back out there and set to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Jeff Okudah up from his quarterback spot to make the play.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Romeo Okwara showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Back to throw is Archer. From the gun, he'll under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Aleem McNeil breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Goff now looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
To throw is Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Now Goff. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing again is Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
To the air again. Goff.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
Let's go.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Goff throwing again. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Goff looking for the end zone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
One last throw here for Goff. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board, that takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Giants, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Detroit,